What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. And with the fallout from SummerSlam weekend, which obviously started this past Friday on SmackDown, where we had SmackDown emanating from the Thunderdome, which obviously was basically the Amway Center in Orlando. Takeover this past Saturday, SummerSlam last night. It was absolutely incredible. I would honestly, I would consider this weekend a lot better than last year's SummerSlam, because I think last year's SummerSlam, oh, my book is all hang on, guys. I think last year's SummerSlam we had Takeover. Yeah, so last year's SummerSlam was the card from last year was different. It was a little different. Simply because of the fact that we never got to see Roman Reigns against Eric Rowan. That was like one of the big matches that a lot of people were interested in. And but last night's SummerSlam was fucking amazing. Absolutely incredible matches, and that is what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. One of the big things. So to give you guys an idea of what I'm going to be talking about in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the update on the injury of Karrion Kross, because if you guys remember, this past Saturday he defeated Keith Lee to become the new NXT champion. I'm also going to be talking about whether or not Roman Reigns is actually a heel, and also he comments on the quote-unquote heel turn, and also the big question is whether or not he is the leader of Retribution, and also, which will be the first thing that I'll be talking about in today's video. Apparently, the WWE Thunderdome is going to be a fresh start for the WWE. So that's what I'm going to be talking about firstly in this video. So big shout outs to Andy Murray from What Culture for this article. It literally titles Report WWE is treating Thunderdome as a fresh start. So the article reads, significant changes are reportedly coming to WWE programming now that the new Thunderdome viewing experience has been implemented. Advertised as a state-of-the-art presentation with virtual fans, lasers, pyro, drone cameras, and ceiling content, with Kevin Dunn hyping it up as bigger than WrestleMania. Thunderdome debuted with last week's SmackDown. It drew a largely positive response from fans bored of WWE's dingy Performance Center presentation, though concerns were raised on the relative lack of noise and overbearing nature of it all. Let's see. Let's see here. WrestleVotes claims that WWE is using the change as something of a fresh start, adding that, quote, different but pretty cool things are coming to the product. They basically said, quote, heard that throughout the weekend WWE has things planned that are different but pretty cool. They are treating this Thunderdome as a restart of sorts. Expect a return or two, along with some new storyline ideas. Structurally, neither SmackDown nor SummerSlam 2020 were drastically different from what fans were being served from the PC. Though last night's pay-per-view did play host to a Roman Reigns return for the first time since before WrestleMania 36. Seemingly as a heel. The broadcast also brought an increased use of piped-in crowd noise to compensate for the lack of volume from the virtual fans. It'll be interesting to see what Thunderdome brings going forward. The concept is only 2 shows old, so it's perhaps too early to judge any changes. So before I go into my thoughts on this whole Thunderdome thing, there's a GIF here in this article. It's pertaining to Roman Reigns' return. He says, "I'm the man, I'm the guy, I'm everything, I run this bitch." I don't blame Roman Reigns for saying that, but I guess that's a typical heel. I guess, I don't know, but I will be talking about that in today's video. But honestly though, this whole Thunderdome thing, if you guys have seen what the Thunderdome looks like for SmackDown, for SummerSlam, for Raw over the last several days, I'm gonna be honest, I fucking love it. I absolutely love it. It's a great way to give a true fresh start for WWE, because this whole thing, because ever since the pandemic came about, Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views, and 205 Live all had to emanate from the Performance Center, which is a fucking gym. It's a training facility. And here's the thing. I can understand NXT hosting their shows at the PC. They have done that a couple times before. They've done it a couple of times before, but Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live, that was bizarre. That was like the most bizarre thing ever. But we ended up getting used to it for like what, 5 months? Let's see, March, April, May, June, July, August. March, April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, literally for 5 months. Literally 6 months. You know what? We'll say 6 months. We'll say 6 months. For the past 6 months, we had to endure no fans, and it was so awkward. I swear, if you guys watched Raw, SmackDown, the pay-per-views and whatnot that took place at the PC, it was absolutely horrifying. But yet, I continued to watch it because of this channel. Obviously, you guys know, prediction videos, pay-per-view predictions, that's what I do here on YouTube, and I also give you guys incredible content. You guys know that. So, but yeah, but I'm not trying to gloat or anything, but literally I'm really not. But again, I had to do it, and it was super cringy. I'm telling you guys, I was cringing. But when they started to bring in the trainees from the Performance Center itself, I was like, okay, maybe this is truly a fresh start for WWE. But this Thunderdome is absolutely incredible. Being able to get virtual getting the fans to watch from a laptop or a desktop or whatever, from the comfort of their own home, getting like a bird's eye view of it all, is absolutely incredible. It is absolutely incredible, and I think again, this is truly a great way for WWE to get things rolling once everything starts to turn up. So I think that is an excellent thing. That is an excellent thing. Alright, you guys, so now I'm going to be giving you guys an update on the injuries from Karrion Kross. So if you guys don't know, Karrion Kross has suffered a shoulder injury, and apparently we have an update on that. So, shoutouts to, I believe this is Andy Murray? Yes, it is. Shoutouts to Andy Murray. I was right. So, shoutouts to Andy Murray. Shoutouts to you, brother. Can I not? Okay, can I? Please? Thank you. Get rid of that. So, the article reads, TakeOver 30 was a bittersweet night for Karrion Kross. While WWE's Rising Monster was successful in capturing the NXT Championship from Keith Lee in the night's main event, he was injured in the process, with the promotion confirming he suffered a shoulder issue the severity of which will be determined by an MRI later today. Kross has spoken out ahead of that MRI. Okay, thank you. Ahead of that MRI, telling ESPN's Mark Raimondi that he doesn't think he's set for an extended period on the treatment table. Good news for any fan of WWE's Black and Gold brand. He says, quote, and apparently it says here, quote, I will get a professional, educated opinion on the severity of it, but it's definitely separated, said Kross of his shoulder. He also says, quote, I won't beat around the bush about that. I have mixed emotions right now. I think from a natural place, I'm always very motivated. I'm a solution-based thinker rather than a pity-based thinker. Karrion said that he knew he was hurt when Lee blasted him with a clothesline, comparing the pain to a choir of demons screaming inside my shoulder in unison. Kross became NXT champion in just his 7th WWE match, having defeated Bronson Reed, Dominik Dijakovic, and others in his early outings. So, obviously, Karrion Kross is indeed one of the fastest rising stars that we have in NXT. Again, big congrats to Kross on becoming the new NXT champion. And we found out last night at SummerSlam that tonight on Raw, at the time of this being recorded and posted, which is on the same day, mind you, tonight we are going to see the Raw debut of Keith Lee. Actually, now that I think about it, I guess it technically isn't a debut. It's more of a re-debut, considering that Keith Lee was a part of Raw on the road to Survivor Series last year. So I guess it's kind of a re-debut of sorts. But yeah. So honestly, though, I think. But yeah. So I can't wait to see what Monday Night Raw has in store for Keith Lee, or rather, what Keith Lee has in store for Raw. I'm very curious. It's going to be incredible. But in terms of Karrion Kross, if his injuries are severe, odds are he may have to relinquish the title before even his first title defense, which is going to be interesting because Keith Lee had to relinquish the North American Championship to focus on the NXT title, and yet Damian Priest now holds the North American Championship. But again, if Kross has to relinquish the NXT title, we all know full well that Adam Cole is going to get involved in that picture. However, even if his injuries isn't that bad, and it could just easily be locked back in place, like I had with my shoulder when I was 4, odds are he'll only be odds are he'll only have to be in a cast for maybe a couple months, and then he'll be back up and running. But again, Adam Cole will definitely get involved. But again, big congrats to Karrion Kross. Not much else to say about that, except that I hope that the injury is not as bad as we hope, because now that Kross is the NXT champion, he can do some serious damage. He can do some serious damage. All right, you guys. Now for the big picture here, Roman Reigns as a heel. Is it possible? Not so sure, but the article here from What Culture says Roman Reigns mounted, and once again, Andy Murray, shoutouts to you for this article. Roman Reigns mounted an unexpected WWE return at SummerSlam 2020, seemingly turning heel in the process. The Big Dog's big comeback went down after the Fiend Bray Wyatt had defeated Braun Strowman for the Universal title, mind you, in last night's main event. Clad in a t-shirt reading "Wreck Everything and Leave." That's exactly what Reigns did. First destroying Wyatt in the ring before battering Braun outside, cracking a steel chair over his back several times. Back inside, and the beatdown on Bray continued. Reigns stalked Wyatt, letting him rise to his feet before nailing a spear, telling the new Universal Champion that the title belonged to him. Roman posed with the title held aloft over his head as the pay-per-view went off the air. This was the first time Roman had appeared on WWE programming since the run-up to WrestleMania 36, where he was supposed to have faced Goldberg. That bout was scrapped when Reigns elected to stay home with his family at the onset of the pandemic. Moreover, it felt very much like Reigns has finally turned heel in WWE after beating Strowman and Wyatt up with such intensity. This isn't a given, as WWE has done similar things with him in the past. Though a villainous turn is something many fans have been waiting a long time for. Let's see how it pans out. So this actually ties to an article from Wrestle Talk where apparently there are questions where apparently Roman Reigns has actually commented on that, where he says, if I can go to it, so shout outs to Louise Angor for this article from Wrestle Talk. He actually comments on it, basically saying you'll never see it coming. Basically saying you'll never see it coming. Honestly though, basically the article, I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm just going to read off the last two pieces from that article. It says here, prior to his return last night, Roman Reigns had not been seen on TV again since he was pulled out of WrestleMania back in March. The return caught many people at home by surprise, and it has also been reported that many people within WWE were unaware of plans to bring Roman back too, as the return was said to be a top secret backstage. Which, again, many people are asking, is he the leader of Retribution? Honestly, it is a possibility, considering the fact that his t-shirt says, wreck everyone and leave. Honestly, I think, if I can find it, where are you? Here we are. Where, again, a lot of questions are swirling around him being the leader of Retribution. Is that possible? Honestly, it is. It is possible because, again, he had the t-shirt that says wreck everyone and leave. And the article from Wrestle Talk says that Reigns had returned to WWE after being away for months. And many people are speculating that he's revealed as the leader of Retribution. He had returned for the first time since March earlier this year, following the main event from SummerSlam last night. And it also says that okay, can I not fucking stupid piece of shit? Thank you. So obviously, if you guys remember this past Friday on SmackDown, Braun Strowman was attacked by members of Retribution. Some are actually believing, according to this article, some believe that Roman is going to be revealed that he was the man orchestrating the attack from the attacks over the last several weeks. And it also says here, shout outs to Louise Dangor. It's important to note that at this time there have been no official reports indicating that this is the direction WWE is going in. So honestly, is he the leader of Retribution? Honestly, I highly doubt that. Considering the fact that he was always more of a loner, so to speak. But he was always going to be a team player when he wanted to, basically. So if he does reveal himself as the leader of Retribution this Friday on SmackDown, honestly, that could really change things, because Retribution could potentially, because with Retribution at his side, there's no doubt that Roman Reigns will become Universal Champion sooner than we think. However, knowing Vince McMahon, odds are he may end up staying as a babyface of sorts. But even if Roman Reigns were to become a heel, the fans are going to cheer for him no matter what. We all know that. We all know Roman Reigns is going to be cheered. You know, just like they did with Finn Balor, with Becky Lynch, and now like they're doing with the Fiend, because apparently now the Fiend is a babyface, which honestly makes no sense at all. But this ought to be a very interesting, fall season. So, but guys, that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Question of the day: What did you guys think about Roman Reigns returning? And do you guys believe that Roman Reigns is a heel? Let me know in the comments below. And that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to this channel and you guys love these types of videos, you know, news videos for WWE, for YuGiOh, you know, ban list predictions, ban list, you know, reveals, pay-per-view results, takeovers, whatnot. If you guys enjoy that type of content, make sure you guys subscribe and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. Again, if this channel does reach 100 subs, I will open up that box of none other than this, the Shining Darkness on the channel in its entirety if the channel reaches 100 subs, but if the channel reaches 200 or more, you know this will be opened up. Striking Neos, I know it's Korean, but it is still pretty nostalgic, so make sure you guys subscribe so you guys do not miss out on that. And also make sure you guys follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All three of my links, both of my Twitters and my one Instagram, links are down in the description below. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.